Hi.
Hey everyone, I hope everyone can see me. I'm trying to get myself all set up so that I am streaming to both uh, Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to get started. And if any of you guys have any comments, I'm going to try my best to go from StreamYard to IG to make sure that I'm, hitting everyone so that they can get their questions answered as much as possible. But I encourage everyone, if you have any specific questions that you don't want to uh, have on screen, you can always inbox me, send me a message in private messaging, or give me a call, send me an email, let me know if you have any particular questions from this broadcast. But my name, if you don't know who I am already, is LaRon Quarles, and I am a certified IAT trichologist and health and wellness specialist. In addition to being a certified trichologist, I started out as a hairstylist, so I'm a licensed hairstylist. I am a hair replacement specialist, and I'm also a cosmetology instructor and educator. So I try to wear many different hats to meet a lot of needs. Now, my other specialty that I have offered to my trichology clients, which is primarily why I'm here today, is because nutrition is a big part of helping our clients with their trichological needs and trichological issues, because what happens is many people do not understand that the life they live, what's going on with their bodies in particular, it all affects how the skin and the hair present itself. So if you have not even thought of the possibility that being a diabetic can create challenges with your hair, oh yes, it can definitely create challenges. And I'm just going to just touch on a little bit of it, and hopefully you guys can kind of get a sense of what it is that I'm saying. If you have any questions, again, put it in the chat, and I can definitely help you with that. Yes, Miss Cheryl, thank you for joining me. Yes, we can help you with your alopecia needs. We ask that we set everyone up with a consultation so that we can dive into how we can assist you and find out what your needs are. So if you need to connect with me, please go to the Facebook profile. Find all of our information there. You can book an appointment. You can send me a message. You can call us. All the information is in the profile, because I get the same questions all the time. What's your number? What's your number? Where are you located? Where are you located? But people don't do the work of going into the profile to find out where our business actually is. So I want to start out again saying who I am. My name is LaRon Quarles, and I am a certified IET trichologist. So, in addition to helping my clients with their trichological needs, if you don't know what a trichologist is and what we do, we, along with your regular physician, your endocrinologist, whatever physician that you are seeing, your internal specialist, your cancer specialist, we work with your doctor to help you back into why you are losing your hair. We help you work on those needs that are contributors, and we help you manage them as much as possible, put an end to them, reduce them, get you off of your medication, help you become healthier, because contrary to popular belief, when you're not as healthy as you could be, it will show up in your hair. Now, I usually tell everyone, hey, PG, so true. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. When I talk to clients initially on the telephone, I always say, okay, well, you have quite a few issues going on. Do you know how all of them could have resulted in some of your hair loss? No, I didn't know. Yes, when you're just a smidget off and you're a bit unhealthy, it can have challenges in your hair, skin, and scalp. I have had quite a few ladies and men tell me, oh, as soon as I started this medication, my skin started to change, my hair started to change. Yes, when you have some type of issue and you're being medicated for it, and you're on 2 to 3 or 4 medications, which I have seen, lisinopril, metformin, high blood pressure, then you're on something for the cholesterol, they all indirectly have an effect on how your hair, skin, and scalp will perform. Now, for my hairstylist, if I have any hair loss hairstylist on my call, hey, Nay, how are you, Miss Nay Max? Yes, 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 good to see you. What I urge you all to do if you are all beauty professionals is get a piece of trichology or an introduction to trichology under your belt, because our clients come to us with a whole host of issues. We have to be on the front lines to be able to see that our client is having an issue and be able to help the client transition into becoming a bit more healthier, having a consultation, referring them out so they can see their physician so they can get a handle on whatever it is that's going on. So, as beauty professionals, I beg you, if you're not remotely interested in trichology, hopefully after just hearing me for the next 5 or 10 minutes, it'll kind of open your eyes a bit to help you understand you have to help your clients with their health as well. We stand over top of them. If they come in with a Pepsi or with a Wawa drink and you know it's nothing but loaded with sugar and you know your clients are on medication, you know you need to say something. You have to say something, because my clients know if they sit in my chair and I know they have diabetic issues and they coming in living foul, they know I'm going to get them, because that's my purpose as a trichologist, is to educate. So if I don't educate you, you will never know. Now, once I share with you what sugar and what your lifestyle does to your hair and scalp, and you continue, then all I'm going to say to my clients is, okay, well, I'll see you on the other side, because you're going to be paying me big when you lose all your hair. So my goal right now is to just spend a few minutes just talking to you about what high blood sugar does to the body, and how, your insulin and your diet all plays a part. So I'm just going to touch on just a few things and then give you a little bit of advice at the end. So one of the things I want to share with you is, for my Instagrammers, now this is a hair follicle. This is a hair follicle. Now, can you see how it's connected to the blood supply? This root area, this bulb, okay, we call this the hair bulb and the papilla. This is connected to a blood supply. So anything that runs through your body is connected to a blood supply. So if you guys can't see this here, these blue and red things, these are arteries and veins, and they're connected to this hair follicle. So anything that you eat, if you're dealing with cancer, sickness, COVID, you're taking medication, all of that runs through your blood supply. So I would like to share with you now, any illness or sickness you may have will indirectly affect your hair, skin, and scalp. And as hairstylists, we have to be on the front lines to tell our clients, yes, we need to just get to work on this so that this does not become a problem for you. Now, how diabetes indirectly affects your skin and scalp, what it usually does is, and if you see me looking over here, it's because I have some notes and I don't want to forget mentioning anything. Diabetes, when your sugar is elevated for too long, your pancreas are working to secrete insulin. Indirectly over time, when it's unmanaged, or even when you are finally medicated for it, because your body has been in a state of where your capillaries and your arteries and veins, your capillaries, arteries, and veins become inflamed because of the direct action of you being a diabetic and you having blood sugar and it lingering and it go on for quite some time. Even when you're pre-diabetic, I've seen some of my pre-diabetic clients have to get on metformin because they're probably not doing that great with their diet, and their A1C is probably kind of up and down. So your physician will put you on it prematurely. What happens is the capillaries become inflamed, and I'm going to pose a good example for you. When the capillaries are inflamed for too long and they lack good blood supply and they're filled with sugars for too long, that inflammation can cause you to start having nerve pain and nerve damage, because like I said, all of your hair follicles are connected to a blood supply. They're also connected to nerve endings. And did you see this wrapped around all of the hair follicles? All of these wrapped around the hair follicles are nerve endings. So these nerve endings run from your brain stem, your spinal cord, all the way to the tips of your fingers, because they're nerves. So your brain tells your nerves, okay, fire these synapses, fire this synapse, let this area feel tingling, numbing, sensitivity. What happens is, over the long haul, that's how some people wind up getting their limbs cut off over time, because the capillaries, they become so inflamed that they are not able to process your blood all the way to the extremities and the tissues the way that you need. And some people wind up getting their limbs cut off because of the inflammation, because of the high sugars. So that is one issue that presents itself. For someone who has scalp issues, it will exacerbate it and even make it worse when you are a diabetic, if you are on the metformin, for two reasons. Number one, you're already dealing with the fact that your body has high sugars. The high sugar causes the blood to become very, very thick. We don't need very thick blood. We need the blood to be very, very slippery. I'm not sure if anyone has ever heard of that before, but we need blood to be slippery. When the blood is not slippery, it becomes very, very thick. So if you have other extenuating issues, you're on high blood pressure medicine, you're on cholesterol medication, your blood is very, very thick because you're dealing with a very acidic lifestyle. Your blood is very, very thick. We needed to be able to flow through those veins and arteries properly. In addition to your capillaries becoming inflamed, there is a lack of oxygen getting to your tissues and extremities, like I said, which is why you sometimes have to get a limb cut off, a toe, a foot, and it travels and travels when your health does not improve or those areas do not get oxygen, they do not get proper flow, and you're still dealing with taking medication on top of it. So when it comes to you having any hair and scalp issues, you have to look at, oh, well, what am I doing? What is going on with me that I need to improve so that I can improve the lifestyle of my hair and scalp and what it sits on, your scalp, your skin, the blood supply. So I have to just share with you all that. So you're losing oxygen. You're not getting oxygen to the extremities. You're not getting them to the tissues. The blood is very thick. The blood vessels, arteries, veins, capillaries are inflamed. And that inflammation, like I spoke about on the last broadcast, inflammation is not good for any part of your body, namely the scalp, because it can eventually lead to the decline of hair on the scalp. So when it comes to my clients being on metformin, metformin in itself does a number on your hair because over the long haul, when a client takes metformin, you have the inability to process the nutrients from your food when you're on metformin. Metformin causes food to actually tunnel out of you. My clients who are on metformin usually start seeing rapid thinning and a loss of density in their hair within weeks of taking it because it makes you not be able to take advantage of all the minerals that you get in your diet. So in addition to the metformin running through your body, now you have malabsorption in the gut, so you're not even able to take in all of the minerals that you need for your hair to grow properly. So what you can do is, like I always say, is to just work on your health, work on getting healthier, and work on reducing the need for so much medication if you're on medication at all. If you are a diabetic or you're pre-diabetic, I urge you, please, if you want to save your hair. Hi, Love is here. Hi, Sisters Glam Spa. You want to save your hair and your hair is in question, you have to do what you can on the front end. You're going to have to work on your health. I know it's hard. Things don't taste good. You're going to have to, learn to approach your hair and scalp and your potential diabetes through a different set of lenses because when you come to us as trichologists, this is one of the things we're going to have to help you work on, working in connection with your physicians, because when you're not healthy, it's no amount of what we can do to the outside that's going to help your hair progress or do any better until we work on the core issues of what's running through this blood supply. So whatever's running through this blood supply is going to affect your hair. So I need you all to just understand that. High gold scissors. And what you can do is work on your diet. Many clients are under the impression that they can just eat whatever it is they want or not eat. A large majority of people that I meet when I work with them from a trichology standpoint is they'll say, oh, well, I am on a fast right now, or I'm not eating during the day, I'm just eating at night. I understand the rationale, but when it comes to your hair thriving, your hair needs minerals. Your hair needs fats. It needs vitamins. It needs things. And if your hair is having a problem with growth, you do not need to be starving yourself. Miss Linda Ann Leonard, yes, we can indirectly because we are certified fitness and nutrition specialists. So indirectly, when we help you with trichology needs, we evaluate your diet. We want to see what you're taking in because we may have to help you eliminate and add certain things. So yes, indirectly we can, and I'm going to just give you just a few tidbits that can help you right now. So do you, if you happen to ever need any nutrition help, yes, of course, we can help you indirectly with that. So, what I wanted to share with you today is for those of you who eat breakfast, who like smoothies, who like shakes, the best thing that you should always remember is this term called the gastric emptying time. Now, when it comes to gastric emptying times, that's a tongue twister for me. What that means is how long your food stays in your stomach. How you can best help your blood glucose levels and your blood sugar levels is to manage them on the front end. So there are many who do not like to eat. You have to eat. You have to eat every 4 to 5 hours so that your blood sugar stays stable. If you only have a cup of coffee in the morning, you should try to follow it up and at least have a shake. Have a protein shake. Like I'm having a protein shake because I like to have a cup of coffee in the morning. But I have some wonderful recommendations. This is just a PLS weight loss shake, but this is a protein shake. This is one. This is a vanilla base. We also have one from Kyani called Origin. Now, these are just things that you can take on the front end just to help you keep your blood sugar stable. So, in addition to eating every 4 to 5 hours, you have to, as far as the gastric emptying time is concerned, is make sure you always eat a protein, a fat, and a carbohydrate. So for all of y'all that be like, well, I just ate a grapefruit for breakfast. Yes, that's a carbohydrate because it's a fruit, but you need to balance that out with having maybe some avocado, or you need to have some cup of peanuts or some kind of nut that you like. You need to always balance everything out. You have to manage your intake. Anything you eat should always have a protein, a fat, and a carb. Protein stay in the stomach for at least 2 hours. The fats that you add, or the cooking oils, or whatever type of protein that you're eating, the fat on that item that you're using to cook with, combined with the carbohydrate, the fats stay in your stomach for up to 5 hours. So when you combine a protein and a fat and you have a carb, because you need carbohydrates just to breathe, think, blink, keep your mind going. So carbs are not the enemy, but they have to be paired so that your blood sugar stays stable longer. If you just have a carbohydrate, that's going to leave your stomach in an hour or two. So you have to combine it with a protein because that will help you get a little bit more time with the food that you eat in your stomach. Combine that with a fat, and that works so well because then it'll carry you 4 to 5 hours until you eat again. The goal is for you to not be ravenously hungry, because if you're ravenously hungry, you've probably waited too long to eat, or you didn't have enough fat or protein added to your last meal. This particular product, I started getting involved with this particular product because combined with there are other items that they have along with this system. This has the proper ratio of protein, fat, and carb in every 8 ounce serving. So when you eat a 8 ounce serving of a Kyani shake, it already has the proper ratio of a protein, fat, and a carb. And I always tell everyone, drink them if you're someone who likes to skip meals, which is not good. If you can, try to always have protein, fat, and a carb in some type of shake or combined in some sort of meal. So I hope that helps someone. I want to round out again why diabetes will create an issue for you, and the medications that you're on, whether if you're on metformin or glucophage. What happens is your capillaries, your blood vessels, your arteries are already inflamed. And like I spoke about before, having inflammation in any part of the body is not good for you on the long haul, because it can lead to the destruction of the tissues and the hair follicles over time. So wherever you're suffering with inflammation, it can be anywhere. For some people, it leads to the decline and the breakdown of that organ or that tissue. And because my concern is the scalp, when you're diabetic, that inflammation can also help you lose oxygen, the oxygen that is traveling through your blood supply. So if your hair follicle If your hair follicle can't get any oxygen through your arteries, your veins, and your capillaries, then you're going to experience a loss of density. Your hair will begin to thin just for that reason alone. And combined with being on metformin or the glucophage, the fact that the medication acidifies your blood and causes you to not be able to absorb all the nutritional value of your food, you're fighting a losing battle sometimes when it affects your hair. So please remember the big three: a protein, a fat, and a carb. Now, how much you need depends on your weight, your lifestyle, whether you're trying to lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight. If you have any questions regarding nutrition and how it can help you and have a better effect on your hair, you just let me know. We can talk about that during a 15-minute consultation. But please, please, please aim to work on your diet, work on getting healthier so that you can reduce the need for medication. So being a diabetic doesn't have such uh, an effect on you and your hair. My name is LaRon Quarles again. If you stay to the end to listen to this broadcast, but I thank you so much for listening to me today. I wanted to just come to you just to talk about the effect that diabetes has on your hair, skin, and scalp and its relation so that you'll understand how the blood gets very thick and loses oxygen when you are diabetic. So SBO Hair Loss here in the Montclair and the Pleasantville, New Jersey area. Please reach out if you need us. We can be reached at info at Hair Loss Center NJ, and my website is fixedthinninghair.com or Hair Loss Center NJ, which is short for New Jersey.com. So I hope you all are having a good day, and everyone enjoy me on both uh, mediums, on Facebook and on Instagram. I thank you very much, and you will see me again next Tuesday with something else. Hope you all are having a good day on purpose. Bye bye.